Before we get started, please go over to Amazon.com and grab a copy of my book, Education and Justice. If you have an African-American son in public school, you need this book because I teach you the many ways that public schools mistreat African-American boys and what you can do to help your son. So go over there and get your copy immediately. Last night, I saw a young black man, speaking, and I tell you, I haven't felt so much hope in such a long time. This young man articulated really better than a whole lot of grown people about the issues that are facing our country under this Trump regime. I was so deeply impressed, and I had to share this young man with you because he's going to be a future black leader. Mark my words. I promise you that. So we got to keep him and other young men like him in our prayers so that they're not distracted, so that they're not filled with a whole lot of disinformation, because we know that's out there. But from what I can tell, so far, he has not been distracted. He has not been filled with a lot of this disinformation from these pro-black imposters. He is on point. All right, so let me share this young man with you. You're going to be blessed. And I want you to share this video with everyone you can share it with. All right, let's go and listen to him now.
I wanted to represent the youth because what's happening now could change our futures. And what President Trump is doing and is threatening to do is frightening. Wow. Parents and teachers are talking about a lot of things that we don't know about. But unlike some people, we know the meaning of the Declaration of Independence. Oh, come on. We all saw the video talking about low IQ.
He's funny, baby.
All jokes aside, as you can see, my mom is oxygen dependent, as she has been for more than 5 years due to COVID pneumonia in both lungs since March of 2020. And without Social Security, my mom and I would not be able to survive. My grandmother, who is turning 98 years old on May 15th, would not be able to survive. My brother Kyle, who is a Marine, when he becomes a veteran, he is entitled to veteran benefits. And without those, he wouldn't be able to survive. Cuts to Social Security, cuts to Medicaid, cuts to veteran benefits, and cuts to education hurt my mom, my grandmother, my brother, and me, my whole family. So I'm asking you, and especially you, Miss Tish, because we're in New York, what can you do to help me? I know you're all lawyers, right? I know you fight. Just keep fighting. Thank you all for your time.
Way to go, kiddo.
That does two things to me. That brings tears to my eyes and chills all over my body and fills my heart with hope. That young man hits all the right spots, all the right marks. He's very articulate. He's very intelligent. He is very compassionate. He's concerned about his mother. He's concerned about his grandmother. He's concerned about his brother. He knows that Trump is not good for our community. And he called on every one of those, I think they were the Democratic attorney generals. And when he said, and especially you, Miss Tish, he's talking about Letitia James, AG of the state of New York. This young man blesses my soul. He blesses my soul. Gives me hope just when I needed it. Because after I've gotten into this YouTube space and see all this crazy disinformation going out here affecting young black people, I tell you, I've gone through some tough times seeing this. I didn't know this was like this. I didn't know for the last decade that there were people, black men especially, and black women, who were on social media dispensing all types of disinformation. And I have a video coming out about that. But I didn't know that. And so when I got up here and started seeing the level of low information amongst the younger African-American community, as well as how disrespectful some of them are to the civil rights movement, civil rights leaders, I was like, where's this coming from? When I was a younger man, I was completely different. My generation was completely different. This generation has been infected by these people who are literally working with white supremacists to harm our community. This young man has not been infected by that. And it just brings tears to my eyes, chills all over my body, and hope in my heart. Because when I think about the next generation coming behind me, that's when I start feeling that, start losing some hope here. Like when the generation behind us as African Americans are becoming increasingly supportive of white supremacy. Wow. I thought it was just a given that in the African American community, you don't support white supremacy. You don't support white supremacists. My generation, when I was in college and high school and so on, there is no way we would be supportive of a Donald Trump. No way. So that literally caught me on my blind side. Really, I did not know that. I heard a content creator just yesterday say that had Kamala Harris won, she would have been as bad as Trump. That's the type of disinformation. And this is a black content creator, widely viewed, widely listened to, who said that foolishness. I mean, not only is it lies, but it just overlooks the facts. For example, under Joe Biden and Kamala Harris, Black Americans experienced the lowest unemployment in American history. Under Biden and Harris, Black Americans experienced the greatest percentage of student loan forgiveness. HBCUs received the greatest level of funding in American history. Black business owners receive the greatest amount of small business loans, even those who are convicted felons, than in American history. Child poverty reduced under Biden and Harris, lowest in American history. Not to mention the first black female vice president, the first black female Supreme Court justice. And for those who are out there saying that's all symbolism, those are idiots. Ketanji Brown Jackson is on that court fighting just as Marshall, Thurgood Marshall, did when he was on the court. Yet this is who a lot of these young people are listening to. This young man is not infected with that foolishness. He understands what's going on. And I cannot tell you how much that blesses me, especially at a time when only 12% of black 8th grade boys in the United States are proficient in reading, according to the National Assessment of Educational Progress. That was as of 2022. I mean, the national graduation rate for black males was only 59% compared to 80% for white males. That's the Schott Foundation. This is all verifiable. Black boys represent 18% of preschool enrollment, but make up 48% of preschool children receiving multiple out-of-school suspensions. I talk about that at length in my book. And that's coming from the U.S. Department of Education. And oh, by the way, they will not be keeping that data anymore, so we'll know where our children are and how well or how poorly they're doing, because the Trump administration has gotten rid of it. The same administration these pro-black imposters support. As of 2023, the unemployment rate for black youth between the ages, I think, of about 16 and 24, 25, was 17.4%, I believe. Nearly double the national youth rate, unemployment youth rate of only 9.1%. And get a load of this. Our kids are so stressed out that suicide rates for black youth, ages 10 to 19, has increased by 60% from 2007 to 2019. That comes from the CDC. And not only is suicide ravaging the lives of our kids, homicide is the leading cause of death for black males between the age of 15 and 34. From 15 to 34, young black men. Many of them are dying from suicide. Others are dying from homicide. More than any group of young males in the country. That's the CDC. I mean, it's hard. It's bad. It's rough for our young people. Yet this young man has his focus on helping others, starting with his family. Here's something else. Black males are 2.5 times more likely to be killed by police than white males. 2.5 times. That may not sound like a lot, but that is an extremely high number. 2.5 times more. That is 100% times plus another 100% times plus another 50% times higher than white males. And for young black males specifically, up to about 17 years old, only about 36% of them live with both parents, both biological parents. 36%. We got to get these fathers back in the home. And we got to get these fathers not to father children until they're married and committed to taking care of them. Do something with your sexual desire until you're ready to make that commitment as a real man. That's what real men do. I talk a whole lot about justice, racial justice. I talk also about righteous living. And it's righteous living for men to control their sexual passion until they are married and ready to take care of their offspring. Because it is shameful that 36% of young black boys between 0 and 17 live with their biological parents. And the scripture tells us that seriously affects these kids emotionally, psychologically, mentally. It makes them angry, the Bible says. And I'm not leaving out young black females. I know that they also deal with a lot of issues. But my calling, what God has called me to do, is to take his kingdom to younger black men. That's my calling. And we got to stay in our lane. We can't be a jack of all trades. We got to do what we're supposed to do, what God has called us to do. So this brings me to our efforts to address this, because I'm not just talking about it. I am doing something about it. So we have 2 initiatives right now that we started one last year and we just started another one. One is called the Real Men Movement. And this is where we model and we teach brothers how to be real men. Don't take that red pill. Don't take that blue pill. Don't take any other pill. Take the gospel. Take God's pill so that you can become a real man. And we also last year started our BARS summer reading program. Right here. BARS. Summer reading. It stands for Black America Reading Strongly. So, the Real Men Movement and our BARS summer reading program. You can go to AAMKA, AAMKA.mn.co to join. You see the QR code right beneath me. Just simply go right there. Go right there and join. Both. So, brothers, join the Real Men Movement and register and enroll your child, girl or boy, into our BARS program. Okay? Do that. Do that, do that, do that, do that. Last year, the BARS program was a huge success. Not only did kids' reading improve and they became lovers of reading, but strong bonds were formed also between children and their fathers and grandfathers and mothers and grandmothers. So go join now. But let me end with this young man. He gives me hope. He is our future, and we got to develop more just like him. I'm Reverend and Civil Rights Attorney Augustus Corbett. Thank you for watching this video. And remember, stay woke.